Hello, everyone. My name is Brett Olson, and I'm an industrial engineer here at NC State. However, I did my interview on the importance of workplace communication and supply chain engineering. I interviewed David Lamb, who's the current director of the service supply chain at Cisco. Here you can see a pie chart of David's work week communication. As you can see, 60% of his communication is oral, which mainly includes Zoom calls, Microsoft Teams meetings, and face-to-face meetings. Then 25% of communication is written. This mainly includes text messaging as well as emails. Finally, you can see that 15% of his work week, he's not actually communicating. Instead, he's looking over inventory spreadsheets and projections. David, however, brought up the point that throughout his career and many different roles of working in this industry, that his communication changes drastically, and this is his first role with this much oral communication. David recalled that early in his career that his main form of communication was having to communicate with people from other countries, which is a major challenge due to the language barriers and time zones. He stressed the fact that being able to quickly adapt to your environment while still being able to effectively communicate is one of the most important skills to learn as a young professional. The next point of interest in our interview was about future implications of AI. David reassured me that he is not very worried about AI having a major role in the supply chain field, at least not from his own personal experience. Their team primarily relies on the Microsoft suite, and no part of his job can be streamlined to AI tools. He did, however, mention how rapidly supply chain engineers have moved to hybrid work. Since COVID, David himself has been hybrid, which brings on challenges for being able to communicate effectively. The main challenge that was brought up was being able to have netiquette, which basically means that even over the internet, you need to be professional and you need to know your audience. This may mean that while you're on a team or Zoom's meeting, that you need to monitor how much or how little you are talking. While it may be virtual communication, you still need to understand to allow others to speak and help guide conversations, but you also need to share your own ideas and voice. Shifting to virtual communication, this is one of the hardest challenges most people have to overcome, and it's critical to find that balance. Finally, we come to our final point, which is learning how to communicate effectively, which not only helps you land a job, but build a successful career. Nowadays, almost every job applicant has a solid resume and college diploma. The key to stand out in interviews for big companies is being able to showcase your communication ability, as well as your willingness to work with others. Communication also goes past just the interview and landing a job. Being able to have strong communication in either a personal or virtual setting is a major factor in how quickly you can advance in your career. While in the future, our jobs and environments may change drastically, being able to communicate should always be a skill that we can rely on. Thanks so much, and if you have any other questions or are curious about the rest of my interview, feel free to look into my short report, and these are my references.